Lynn. I'm sharing the laundry room makeover with you all today. I have been talking about this for a long time, and we have been working on the laundry room makeover process here for the last, I don't know, month or so, and it's been a space that I've wanted to make over for a long time. It was very drab, had little to no organization, and it needed a lot of help, and we transformed it into a space that I really love and I'm going to enjoy working in. My husband is pretty handy and I'm thankful that he enjoys it and puts up with all my little whims and everything, so you will see him throughout the video as well. I did do a video here a little while ago on some of the process while we were working on it, so if you want more details you can go to that video. I'll link it down below. But I also wanted to say that I am collaborating with my good friend Emily from Mama from Scratch. That's her channel name. We talk to each other almost daily, Marco Polo, text messaging, whatnot, and she's become a dear friend of mine. She does lots of DIYs, home decor, makeovers, you name it. She does it, most of it herself, so she's extremely handy, a lot handier than I am. So if you enjoy makeovers and things like that, definitely head over to her channel and subscribe. She's also making over her laundry room in today's video, so you get 2 laundry room makeovers today. Please go watch her video after you're done here. If you're coming over, I'd love if you would stick around here and subscribe. That would make my day. Alright, if you like these kind of videos, give me a thumbs up, and I want to get started with the video and share the process with you all. So this is what the laundry slash mudroom has looked like for the past year and a couple months. Basically, what I wanted was functionality and just more space to be able to organize our shoes, clothes, backpacks, also cleaning supplies, laundry stuff. So I knew that a lot of stuff needed to fit in that one room, and of course I browsed Pinterest and Instagram and different things, so I kind of compiled some ideas and came up with a few, ideas of my own. So ultimately this is what we decided to do. We ended up going with a shiplap wall on the one main wall, and we bought this stuff at Home Depot. It was actually reasonably affordable. Just if you're curious, about something like this, you think it might be out of your price range, it's actually not that bad, especially if it's just a small space. So my dad thankfully has a sprayer, paint sprayer, so Nick used that to spray the boards to give it a little bit more of a smooth finished look. And I opted to put some thin board on the side of the walls just to make it look more finished, I guess. The walls that we have are like an orange peel, and I just really dislike them, so I decided to do that around the corner just to make it all feel a little bit more professional. So the guys went ahead and installed the shiplap. So after they were done installing the shiplap, the floating bench came next, and once again I had seen this several different places and I really liked the look of it, so we made a frame. There's 2x4s, as you can see, against the wall. They nailed them into the studs, and then they put braces out in each of the studs and made sort of like a ladder, I guess. And it looks like it just, why would it hold? But it actually does. And so if you're curious, you have more questions, let us know. But there's also a lot of tutorials on Pinterest, Instagram and stuff if you are curious. But we ended up going with a cypress wood. I had a hard time finding something that I really liked. I wanted it to be natural, and a lot of other stuff just didn't feel quite right to me. So we ended up finding this at a local hardware store, and they ordered it in for us. And it is, yes, a cypress wood, which is actually really like a firm wood. So Nick is putting some glue here, and we're just gluing the front lip on, as well as putting in, I think, a couple nails. But we gave the board a good sanding just to kind of, smooth everything out, and then put a clear polyacrylic on it. I used a matte finish in that. I really love the matte. It's not as glossy, and yet it's not completely flat. So I just brushed it on. I had to give it 3 to 4 coats and sanding in between until I achieved the look that I was going for. I did think of staining the board, and I tried several different kinds that I had on hand, but in the end I just left it natural because I couldn't find anything that really, struck my look that I was going for. So here's the process of us trying to put it in. It was kind of dark, so I know the lighting isn't the best, but it was a tight fit, but it did fit, and I'm really excited with how it all turned out. We did have to fix the ceiling part of it, which is not pictured right now, but where the light fixture is, we had to get a drywall guy out to fix the ceiling for us because previously there had been like fluorescent lighting there, and they had, I don't know how you would call it, a dropped fluorescent ceiling, so we had to fix that.
So whenever I glue something, I always like to put a little groove in it. I don't know if you can see that groove on the end. That way if excess glue has a place to go so it doesn't squish out, it can go in that groove if it wants to. I don't mind if it runs out of the bottom a little bit because you won't see it, but I don't want it leaking out at the top. So therefore I put the glue on the bottom side, that way if it squishes up it'll go into that groove. I'm screwing or gluing, attaching, whatever word you want to use.
Attacking.
I'm attacking this board onto this board to put the front lip on it.
And this is the shelf for above the washer and dryer. Okay, I gotta help him. So for the shelf above the washer and dryer, it is also a 1x12, and he just did the same idea except he did not run studs out through the middle like we did for the bench, just because it's not as heavy and it wasn't like as wide of a span. I did want to mention the bench itself for the wood. I would have liked to do like a solid piece of wood, but obviously a lot of different wood is very expensive, and we ultimately decided to just do 2 1x12s as well, and then just glued them together and did the best we could with it. So it's not completely like a solid, you know, floating wood shelf, but there are other options you could pursue if this doesn't work out for you. So I'm getting ready to kind of style my shelves here above the washer and dryer, but I wanted to show you some new pieces of art that I have from Desenio. They are actually sponsoring today's video, and I'm really grateful for that. They are an art company based in Sweden, Stockholm, Sweden, and I chose quite a few different prints and I put them throughout my home. I'm actually going to show you guys a couple more. I like this one especially. It's sort of like a dried flower, I guess, and then the frame is actually copper. They always have like different options of things that you can choose from, like different framing options. There's different matting options, and you can customize like each piece. Make sure you get the right measurements, especially if you are interested in looking at their art. They have a lot of different selection. I feel like there's a lot of variety, and it comes like really lightweight. This is like a plexiglass, so it's not heavy, and they ship to my house within a couple of days. I'm thinking maybe 4 to 5 days or something. It came. So if you're interested in checking out Desenio, please check out the website. I have their link in the description box down below, and I do have a code for you. It is 30% off of their prints. That's not including the frames or like the hand-picked personalized prints, but just the regular prints. It is 30% off, and you can use the code Lynette30. That will get you 30% off, as well as the code is good until April 19th. So definitely is just a small window of time. Make sure you go check that out if you're wanting to add some more art to your home. I really enjoy just being able to switch out prints, and it just kind of like freshens up the space without having to like do a whole lot. So that's something I really enjoy doing in my home. Here it is, guys. So excited to show you all. I feel like this side of the room is probably my favorite, along with the light. I really love this side of the wall too. I just feel like it adds so much light. So a couple of the improvements we did make was we switched out the door hardware. It was really kind of old and yucky looking and had like an old brass doorknob. So Nick gave the door another coat of paint. Eventually we'd like to replace it with the same type of doors we have in the rest of our house, but for now the budget just didn't allow for it. So we did that, added some new trim and also baseboard along this side. And then moving over here, we have these hooks. I love these. This was my second choice. I had bought some other ones hoping they would work out, but in the end they did not. So these are the ones we're using, and I actually really like them. I bought these off of Amazon, and I'll have them linked below. They're teak wood, but they were stained like a cherry finish. So, and that just didn't really go with the wall at all. So I stripped them down and gave them a little bit of a sanding, and this is how they look now. I feel like it just looks really mid-century modern, and there's something a little different. So as far as the bench here, I had kind of showed you all how that all worked, but we just clear coated this cypress wood, and this is what it turned out like. I do wish it were a little less yellow. Before we clear coated it, it had looked a little whiter, you know how regular unfinished wood looks, but in the end, it's okay. I still love it, and this is what we ended up with. This is two 1x12s in case you're wondering, and then we just put a lip here on this side of it, as well as, you know, the frame underneath. So as far as the baskets, I really like these. They were a bit of an investment, but they're honestly perfect for the space. They're from Target, and they're just like this nice neutral, sort of like a macrame feel to them, which is something I love. So we have those under there. We have one for Nick's shoes, one for the boys, and one for mine for the time being. And then I just put a little pillow and some green clippings here. I'm trying to propagate the Swiss cheese plant here. I don't know if this will do anything, but these were just outside, some bushes outside that I just clipped a couple to add to it. And then we have, you know, just a little container for a catch-all like keys and whatnot. And I have some art here that Amy Weaver sent me, Amy Weaver Designs on Instagram. So this is just a good place to be able to hang things. I also have this mirror. I've had this one for a long time. I think I had it up in Ohio already, so I hung on to it and I was able to use it in here. So there's just a little mirror to be able to, you know, look at yourself before you go out the door. All right, moving up to the light here. I really love this. And guys, isn't it ironic that I have a chandelier in the laundry room before I do in the dining room? So sad. But eventually I'll get one in the dining room. I've wanted to replace that one for a long time, but I really love this Sputnik style chandelier, and I think it was around $100 or so. It really wasn't very expensive at all. The bulbs did not come with it, so just an FYI. I'll go ahead and link that below as well. And then moving over to here, as I mentioned before, the art is from Decenio, and I really love it. It just adds some warmth to the space, and I also paired a little jar that I got from Target Dollar Spot, and then this candle, which is Bright Hope. She has a Instagram shop. They make their own candles. French press coffee is a scent. I love it. It's a soy blend candle. So I'll try to remember to link as much stuff as I can. This plant is from Target, and the little basket was also Target Dollar Spot find. I wanted something you know, along the lines of greens in here, but I can't raise real ones obviously because there's no natural lighting. So I put that one there. And then moving down to here, I have a jar for my laundry soap, and the labels are from the Talented Kitchen, in case you're wondering. And I will link this one, but beware, it does drip. It's kind of annoying. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it yet. I did put this little cup here and the tray to sort of catch it till it quits dripping for the time being. I also have this spray bottle here. This is like a stain remover that I put in there. And then I hung this cute little plant that I found at Target Dollar Spot again a while back, and I just hung it with a little S-hook or whatever you call those, and I just feel like it adds a little bit of life without taking up room on the shelf. Here again is art from Decenio, and then I repurposed these jars. I used to use them in my pantry, but I have some like OxiClean or like pre-treater stuff in here, and then clothespins and just some sponges. And then up here in these bins, these are from actually the nursery upstairs, but I just haven't bought more at Target yet. I do hope to replace them, but for the time being, since we're kind of just trying to hang around home more, I decided to use these. So I've got rags in there, and then this one is full of cleaning supplies. So that works out real well. And that is what this area looks like. The washer and dryer are old. They were here when we moved. They're not the nicest to look at, but they do still work, so we just kept them. I do really love this shelf that, you know, fits around here. It adds like an extra, you know, storage area. I did see this on Instagram, this idea, and I thought it was a really good one. It's actually one that we can just like lift out again if we need to, but for the time being, I put that there. Here, I would love to have like a little shelf or something. We didn't have any more wood on hand, and I didn't want to spend more, so I'm just putting my laundry basket here for now, which works. Eventually be nice to be able to hang some clothes here as I get them out of the dryer, to be able to, you know, hang up some of the hanging clothes, but I couldn't find like a hook long enough to put there, so that's just how it's looking for right now. But I think that pretty much covers the whole space. I'm just really, really happy with how it all turned out, and I hope it gives you guys some inspiration. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour, the makeover process. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. I would love if you would do that. Also, make sure to go check out Emily's video and watch hers, subscribe to her channel as well. All right, that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.